Welcome everyone to the Pantheon of M. I am Ray.
I'm Evie.
So Evie, what is our show for this week?
Almighty Thor.
That's right. Brought to you by the Sci-Fi Network, the people who brought you Sharknado. Which kind of tells you right there what we're going for. So let's start. You start off first. So give us an overview of this film.
Overview of Almighty Thor is Thor thinks he's, I can fight anybody. He's very self-centered, except something happens and his brother and his father die.
Yes. Right. Odin, his father.
Yes.
Odin, his father, kills his brother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Loki.
No, it's Balthasar.
Oh, right.
Is it Balthasar? Something like that. Not Balthasar, but
I know who you. Yeah.
Yeah. I had to break this down into 3 acts because this is what it is, and for me to do it this way, I was able to come out of this film a little bit happier. Okay. The first act really is the invasion of Loki. Would you agree with that? The whole thing is Loki's invasion on Asgard.
Yeah,
that's all. That's what it is, right?
Yep.
And a lot happens in this. So let's get into who's in this film. You have Kevin Nash, the wrestler, is playing Odin. You have Richard Grieco from 21 Jump Street, and Booker.
Yeah, that's okay.
He is Loki, right? And then, of course, you have this brand new unknown actor playing Thor. His name is Cody Deal. His first role he ever applied for in Hollywood for auditioning was the first Thor movie.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And obviously he didn't get that. Then 3 months later he applied for this movie, and this became his very first role, and it's also his leading role. So he just it just went from 0 to 100 for this guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Now depends on how you look at this film as being 100.
True.
But it's his breakthrough role.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
She's leading the charge on this.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
for him, it's all win-win. The character who gets the top billing is the actress Patricia Velasquez.
Okay.
You know her from The Mummy, the first movie.
Yeah.
Brandon. That's who that is from.
Okay.
So she is the most. She plays Jarn Saxa. Is that how you
Something like
that? Who is in the actual mythology or Norse mythology is one of the wives of Thor or lovers, and she gave birth to one of his sons because he had 2 sons according to mythology. Okay, so Act 1, basically it starts off with Loki coming out of hell.
Yep.
Him and his demon dogs invade Asgard. The prophecy is that according to the Norns of Fate, which is like the Sisters of Fate, the prophecy of Ragnarok's upon them. Odin got to dream of seeing the sky go black.
Yeah.
And the whole it starts off with him going to see the sisters.
Yeah.
And they tell him that this is the year of Loki. He is destined to bring Ragnarok. Asgard's going to fall. You're all going to die. And just accept. They're telling Odin and his sons, accept it. This is what's going on. This is fate.
Yeah.
So when he invades, he's looking for the Hammer of Invincibility. That's what his whole quest is. And in the process, because he's a trickster, kind of, he tricks Odin to killing his first son. In the process. And at the end of it, Asgard's left in rubble. It's burning. And and then that's where, and even Thor loses a battle against Loki. After finding out his father's dead and his brother's dead.
His brother's dead. Yeah.
So that's basically the first act. That's
right,
all.
Of course.
And then you meet Jan Sarksa, who helps him escape.
Right. Yeah.
Now he's sort of petulant, kind of a character. Like he's sort of childlike. Like he.
Sure.
How would you describe? Yeah, how would you describe Thor? Like just his overall personality.
Whiny little baby. Why didn't this happen to me? I'm Thor. Wow.
Yeah, and that's really what you can say because he feels like he can always win the fight.
Exactly, but he can't.
He can't, and he won't accept anything else.
Right.
And he doesn't think of the consequences or how to do it properly or patience.
Exactly.
Like you really wish he had like the Sun Tzu book of knowledge to instigate war because he's not like at all going into them. The second act I'm going to say is Journey to Midgard. Now Midgard is Earth.
Sure.
You would agree with that, right?
Yeah.
So
Midgard,
So, Jarn Saxa was able to get him through a porthole into a place where he could start training for a brief little period of time.
I know, yeah.
And then the Devil Dogs and Loki are trying to break through, so they escape the training facility and they go to Midgard.
Yep.
Right. In there, here's the thing: we get into a thing called the Tree of Life. Well, the hammer it was created from the heart of the Tree of Life.
Right. Yeah.
Now, in Norse mythology, in the movie, in the cartoons, it's from a dying star, the heart of a dying star. That's why the weight of it's so heavy, the gravity of it's insane, and it's powerful. This is a life force bringer weapon, and anyways, Loki wants it. Okay, and so it's believed that if Thor uses the hammer, this mighty hammer, he can destroy Loki with it. You know? Everyone thinks that. That's what we're going into. That's what we believe is going to happen.
Right.
Does it happen? Well, let's go further in the story. We learned that Jarn Saxa was trained by Valkyries, who were women fighters. Yep. And he gets beaten up repeatedly in his journey to try and get this thing. Loki beats him up. He runs away from Jarn Saxa and heads towards Loki. Loki beats him up. She saves him 3-4 times from death.
Exactly.
And he goes back to get beat up and killed or almost killed. Yeah, shot, stabbed.
Then he gets sent to hell, doesn't he, or something?
In the third act, yes.
Exactly. Okay.
So let's get to the third act. And I call it when Loki sets Ragnarok in motion. That's what it ends up happening. So it's battle on Earth, and literally all hell breaks loose. The ground opens up, flames are coming out. Jarn Saxa gets killed. Yeah. She gets sent to hell. The father and his brother are in hell. We learn. Loki brings serpents. The Devil Dogs are still running through all over Earth itself. Thor himself goes to hell. Right? Yeah. He learns to make a hammer out of his own making in hell. Breaks out of hell. We don't know how he breaks out of hell. Yeah. And Loki finally gets the hammer, Thor's hammer of invincibility. Right. Yeah. Right? So with the hammer that he creates from hell, he destroys the Tree of Life hammer. Yeah. And kills Loki or knocks Loki with his own design hammer from hell. Yeah. So again, doesn't go with the lore, doesn't go with anything that makes sense in terms of like what the hammer, because the whole point of the story was to him using the hammer to stop Loki. No, that didn't really go. He destroys the Bone of Hell with his Hell Hammer. I don't know which one to call it. He restores the Tree of Life with his potion, like a Zensu beam, and he's able to and bring everything back to normal. Back to he stops Ragnarok. Yeah. The final scene is him going to the Norns of Fate and telling them, "We make our own fate," and he destroys their table. That's. There's no fate but what we make. Type of like theology. Right. Or ideology. Right. So, what are your thoughts of this film?
It was not for me. I did not like it.
Did you think it was? Did it look cheesy in terms of like the quality of the work? Even though it's a sci-fi network, did it bother you because of the story, or did it bother you because of the acting, or
both? Everything.
Or everything.
Everything. It's a good try at a movie, but I don't know. I kind of
Well, where do you think it did well?
I don't think it did.
On anything, on any front at all, like
any front.
Were you able to were you able to follow a story? Like, did you understand like what it was trying to do? Not that I'm not saying it did it well, but did you understand it like throughout?
Well, a guy trying to get back his father and his brother, right? Okay, how's he gonna do it? And he tries, but somewhere the goal of the whole thing for me gets lost.
Oh no, and I think I agree. And his whole goal, he has no goal. He just wants to go out and do it.
Exactly.
And he's blinded by his own like
ambitions.
Yeah, just to do it. Exactly. He's not. Here's a good question. Do you think he's a redeemable character?
This guy? No.
This version of Thor?
I don't think so. It's all about him.
Yeah. Do you think at the end, when all said and done, because everyone he loves, or even Jarn Saxa, still is dead? Yeah. Right?
Maybe 4.
Okay. And you gave a reason why, and I understand that. I'm gonna go a little higher.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 7. No, that's too high. No, that's way too high. Because I can't even justify a 7. No, I can't do that. I'm gonna give it a 6. Because,
why?
Okay, and the reason why I give it a 6 is because, yes, well, in the films and in the whole thing about him being worthy of the hammer of Thor is because he's brash. He's a rich child, of privilege.
Right.
He doesn't understand. He has to learn. He has to go through the challenges to understand his real role in the world and to be a king.
Yeah.
Because right now, and so that was the journey of the film itself, the MCU film. That's a journey in animation versions that we'll get into, like Tales of Asgard. Those he has to. People who he loves in his hero's journey, if you want to call it hero's quest, will die by his hand or by his own misgivings of how to look at the situation properly.
Right.
And because of that, he has to learn from the consequences of his actions and what he's unleashed.
Yeah,
that's a true assessment, I would say.
Pretty much, yeah.
So they stay true to that, true to form with that concept. Does he learn from it? I don't think he's learned. Not in this version.
No.
The moral of the story, it was never displayed that it was learned.
Right.
And if it was learned, it feels very empty. Like it's an undefined ending.
You're right.
It's nebulous at best. Because everything's lost. I mean, he stops Ragnarok.
Right.
It's a Pyrrhic victory. What does he show for? He has to show for it. There's nothing. Other than stopping Ragnarok and Loki. There's no home. No. I don't think he's even a king to his own people now. No. I think is Asgard gone? It's gone, right? Or rubble? It's still burning. We left it. Asgard was still burning when he left it. I'm sure it's still burning when he gets back to it.
I'm sure, yeah, if he does.
Yeah. So it was a very Pyrrhic victory.
Right.
Overall, I gave it a 6.
Okay.
I thought, I think he's given so many chances to learn from his mistakes, and at some point. You hit it's like people who hit rock bottom. He has to literally hit rock bottom to grow. And I think I don't know if they did. I don't know if they display that well enough, but you get that a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I think I was a bit harsh. I'd give it a 5.
Oh, because you had 4, right?
Yeah.
Actually. Well, it's you know what? It's a sci-fi network. So if you watch Sharktopus versus Crocodile, gigantic alligator.
Yeah.
It's these kinds of films. They're films that are just over the top,
Yeah.
low budget, claymation sometimes films.
Sure.
So
was Clash of the Titans. That was.
But it's based on Greek mythology.
Exactly.
There's actual even with mythology, Greek mythology, there is the stories are based on just lessons learned.
Sure. Yeah. For sure.
This lesson was not.
Not learned.
Not learned. The director is Christopher Douglas Olin Ray or Christopher Ray.
Okay.
He's a lot of people who's worked with him again. He's worked with Grieco on a couple of films.
Okay.
He's worked on the Sci-Fi Network. He's done a lot of sci-fi films.
Okay.
Every title makes you want to cringe after the next title. So B60s, B kind of cult following kind of films.
Exactly.
That's what this is. So it's tongue-in-cheek. It's meant to be this way. And once you understand that this was designed to be this horrible,
yep,
you can't even give it a Razzie because it was meant to be this way. So it's not unintentional, Whereas,
True.
So I'm thinking Sandler's the one where he plays Jack and Jill.
Oh yeah, never saw that.
Oh, it won all the Razzies, man. That year was just. See, at least it wasn't meant to. They didn't go into that with the intent to be bad.
Okay.
Well, this is all intent.
Okay.
This is all bad.
Okay.
So with that intent, I am Ray.
And I'm Evie.
Please hit subscribe on our YouTube channel. We appreciate any help you give us. That gets the word out there. We get to do more. And if you listen to us on the podcast, hit like or subscribe or hit 4 or 5 stars. It gets us out there, and we definitely appreciate it. And if you like this podcast or have suggestions, leave a comment down below. We would love to hear from you, and we'll talk to you next week.
Goodbye.
Take care. Bye.